Well, that saying is actually that of the Delta State APC. Well, it wasn't as bad for the Imo State situation, the brawl which happened with some of the delegates belonging one faction to the governor, Rochas Okorocha, and one other faction belonging to Senator Osita Izuna. So let me allow you to look at what happened at the Imo State stand. Oh, we get to see that in those images in a couple of minutes on the program. So, and well, there is a good part. The APC, well, they say that they've overcome their fear. The party almost extended the tenure of the Odige Yogun-led executive, perhaps in a bid to avoid string up the honest nest. So, let's get a conversation started tonight on the program. You will perhaps be wondering what exactly is happening in Delta State and Imo State. So, in the case of Imo State, we spoke earlier on Channels Television with the governor of Imo State, who said, look, they will sit down at a table to resolve their differences. But maybe Senator Osita Ezenaso does not believe that that may happen because they hold a strong view against what the governor, Rochas Okorocha, thinks about the ongoings in the Imo State APC. So let's look at what is happening in Delta State. I have joining me tonight on the program, I have Dr. Ike Odipo, the chieftain of the APC in Delta State, and also a former speaker of Delta State and the chieftain of the APC in Delta State. Joining me on the program tonight is Mr. Victor Oche. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for your time on the program.
Thank you.
I must say congratulations to your party. I think that is in order to say, because a lot of people, especially the critics of your party, had said, look, the convention is going to bring the party it's going to put the party into stress. But first and foremost, for you, Right Honorable Oche, the prophecy or the words of the critics of your party was that things are going to go bad. Did you see that something may go bad in the first place?
Well, thank you, Sheon, for having me, and good evening, viewers. That is the general notion of the public, or those who were the prophets of doom, hoping that this will be an implosion for the APC. But for me, I had a different view, ab initio, and I believed that we were going to come out stronger as a party, because one, I was not for tenure elongation at any time. I've always believed in the democratic process, and I was one of those who jubilated when Mr. President intervened and insisted that we had to follow our party's constitution and in line with the Nigerian constitution. But then again, come to look at it, it is a problem of what I call the ruling party syndrome. When you have a big party and everybody wants to show their interest and play their interest out, naturally people expect it to implode. But I must give it to APC. We may we'll have our internal issues, but they don't go beyond being internal. I mean, you will not see tomorrow a new APC setting up a new headquarters and calling it the new APC. That will not happen. But happened in some other parties. So for me, it's congratulations to APC. And then to those who believe that we're not going to make it, I'm sure they have a rethink by this time.
Well, when you say that people have not taken the case out, a lot of people are in court who are definitely aggrieved about the situation in the party. People are really perhaps are saying they will take things up afterwards or now that this has happened.
Yes, Shion, the Nigerian constitution guarantees anybody to go to the court to seek redress if they have to.
But the party's constitution did say you should have taken every necessary step within
the party to ensure that every dispute resolution mechanism within the party, you must have exhausted that before approaching the courts. So I do not know, but you cannot stop people from ventilating. We've even had situations where people were in court, but because at the end of the day, we are still one family. We still have to go through the same elections together.
When you say one family, a lot of people who hear, especially what happened and your stand, when you say, you don't beat yourself up in a family like that.
No, Shion, listen. In politics, it's about interests, and people must protect their interests. Even if it gets to the point where you have to fight, even your tongue and your teeth, as much as close as their relationship, I mean, how close they are within the mouth, There's still times when they bite each other.
All right.
That does not mean they divorce each other.
Okay, let me quickly, because we need to take our first break on the program. Dr. Odipo, a lot of people said, look, it was a disaster waiting to happen for your party to think of going into a convention, a congress, an election, in an election, a major election year. Was it a delicate gamble the party entered into?
Well, not a delicate gamble. Remember, it was a decision that came from the NEC in the executive committee meeting, which they said that we must follow the democratic process. And the president, actually being a democratic person who has always believed that we must practice true democracy, did say, go for Congress. And that's why we did it. And as bad as people may think, we're coming out stronger, because it has allowed opportunities for so many people to come and show their interest. You know, when we started APC from the onset, it was a party where so many people didn't have faith. It was quite a weak structure. So today you have, it's quite robust. So many people are interested. It's a full house. So now you're going to be able to pick more competent hands.
Because a lot of people who are politically savvy will tell you, election year is always, it comes with its troubles. Why do you want to get your party? And conventions, changing the leadership of the party too, comes with its own trouble. Why do you want to put two troubles on your hands, especially when your party is seeking to stay in office, in power?
You see, what you're talking about, a lot of people are talking about PDP. That example you're saying is a PDP example. We're APC. So do not think that what happens to PDP...
Is there a difference?
There's a difference.
In the PDP and APC?
Of course.
A lot of Nigerians believe that maybe it's in the name and acronym. No, allow you, Dr. Odipo, because we need to take our first break on the program. My guests are here. We'll be dissecting the new era of the APC in Nigeria. They are the ruling party. You know, that man who is now the chairman is going to be holding sway. How will APC fare in the coming years? We'll discuss that, and plus the Delta State crisis. Join us again, everyone.